Yo, what is up, you guys? It is slimmyshankCoC, and today I got a bad video. I'm going to be reviewing the update in Supercell. I do want to say they made a big time mistake. They messed up big time. So if you don't know already, and you probably do, it took me a while to make this video because I want to make it as in-depth and good as possible without rushing it. So let's first get into it as we have the new anti-air defense, the air sweeper. This shit is fucking bullshit. Holy fuck. I cannot explain to you how annoying this is to attack now with Lavalunian or Quattro Lavalunian or any air attack there is. Now, it may seem like it's not a big deal since it doesn't do any damage, but when it's pushing your troops back and you can't get into the center, that's a huge problem, and that's nerfing Lavalunian. Now, what's so bad about nerfing Lavalunian? Well, I do want to say one thing also. What happened to these walls? Something happened with these walls, so they put like a shadow behind it and it looks trash. So, into the update itself, I got some notes on my laptop, and the first thing is top players have to adjust, and it's unfair. And I'm going to be showing you some Lavalunian raids in the background, but at the same time, keep in mind that I don't want to attack from these sides. It rotates in 8 directions, and I don't want to attack from these sides, but the thing's it's really making all of us frustrated. Now, I do want to go over some notes. Top players have to adjust, and it's not fair. Luckily, I'm not pushing anymore, and I'm glad that I'm not pushing anymore, because if I was put into this position while pushing, that would be deadly. Because, like, most of their raids, the top players right now are fighting for either a +1, and if they lose, a -39. So that's a 39-to-1 ratio. So if you win 39 times and you lose once, you're back to where you started. So that really sucks. So they have to constantly win. And yes, attacking is overpowered, but it has to be. Except Lavalunian. Lavalunian players just adapted to it and got good at it. I got good at it. Every top player got good at it because there was something in the strategy that made it so successful. That's why with Go Wipe and all that stuff, that's overpowered. That's why they nerfed this stuff. Lavalunian takes actual skill. It's not placing down your Lava Hounds and then spraying and praying. It's actually placing them down and knowing when to place spells and all that stuff. Go Wipe, you take your wizards, put them in the back, send in your Pegas, and you place a jump spell, you're at the Town Hall, and it's a really risky strategy, so I do not advise you using it. Alright, so I also want to make a note, like, you guys have to, like, people have to get to, like, 4K or Champions League before talking about the update. I hate it when, like, Gold League players are trashing on how champions complain. We complain because this is unfair. We've been working our titties off, but realistically, we have been. All the top players right now are playing 12 to 18 hours a day to maintain their #1 spot, and I think it's unfair how Supercell adds this. Like, this update was locked up, and what I mean by locked up is most updates that we see, they're leaked, but not this one. This one was, like, locked up behind bars. Not even top players got rumors about when the heroes were lureable, but no one even knew a thing about this. It was dead silence, and it just appeared. It appeared out of nowhere. And I did want to say also, every YouTuber is, like, faking orgasms over this. Especially, I hate to say it, but Galadon, Nick at Night. Nick at Night is just, like, alright, in this one, I wanted to attack from the bottom, but I couldn't because of that, and it's forcing us to attack from other spots. Nick at Night said only little kids rant. Well, that is complete bullshit. He has never made it to 4,000. He uses thousands of gems. I use gems also, but at least I can make it there. I could get into the game. He places his balloons down and then his Lava Hounds. He doesn't know how to play. He's only good at being a YouTuber, and that's why he's so successful. He makes entertaining videos, but the thing is, he doesn't know how to attack, and that's the big portion of this game. So I have some more notes on here. Let me just check what we're running at. Running at 4:15. Okay. So here are some examples of overpowered strategies. Old witches, old hogs, and old dragons. So about a year or two ago, witches used to be so overpowered until they reduced their range, which they had to get closer to defenses. But before that, you would place down one witch to check for giant bombs. If there wasn't any, you'd place all your witches down, and they'd create so many skeletons that it would overrun any base, no matter how good the defense was. People were scared to log offline because they knew right when they got off, some champion league player with no skill is going to get them for 50 or 59 trophies. And it was completely unfair at the time. That's why they nerfed it, though. They nerfed hogs because they were overpowered. They nerfed the old dragons because all you had to do was place 3 lightning spells down and spread out your dragons, and you would get the 50% no matter what. But with this strategy, it wasn't overpowered. Now, as you can see, I'm winning with this, but I am struggling. I'm struggling to get these victories. Now, the thing that really frustrates me is how they don't care. They're all in it for the money. When Barbs and Archers level 7 came out, the next update, another Mortar came out. That's counteracting a nerf. Or counteracting the overpoweredness. With the Dragons, they added a new air defense after the Dragons level 4 came out. Same with the Inferno Tower. And all they do is nerf this stuff. But the thing that confuses me is Lavalunian was never overpowered. It's just that top players are so good at it. They are unbelievable. Like Clash with Ed, Dan from Quantum's Web, Linkster, you might know him. Those guys will never lose. I lose, everyone loses, and I know they do lose, but it's rare. It is rare. But even for them, I think it's unfair, as it's such a huge adjustment, and they don't care. And then people are saying, and I know I'm going to get dislikes on this video, but I'm trying to prove a point here that this update is completely unfair, and every YouTuber besides like me, White Lightning, are actually telling the truth and coming out true. This update is terrible. They rushed it. Everything was just trash. And then everyone's saying, like, just attack from the other side. Well, the thing is, you can't just attack from the other side. See, with my base, if I made a base, I'll set up 4 air defenses on one side, and then the air sweep or whatever on the other side. And no matter what side it is, it's hard to attack. Now, with this thing also, if I ever run into it, I bring 2 freeze spells. I freeze the Multi-Infernos and the Clan troops. With this, I don't know what to do. It's super difficult to decide, and look at this range. That is just terrible. We need something to make this so, like, this isn't overpowered, because right now, this air sweeper is blowing everything away, and I'm sorry for that little pun, that was gay. But everyone is faking over this update and saying how it's good, just so people will like them as a YouTuber and respect them for not being mean or, you know, just like saying whatever. They're all being nice, and they're all trying to get on Supercell's side, so they invite them to Finland and be nice and treat them well and not get on their bad side. And I understand that, but you gotta tell the truth. You cannot fake an update to people. And everyone is also saying, like, everyone's saying to switch to Go Wipe or Go Wee Wee. Like, top players right now who are at 4,800 and getting 1 trophy cannot simply switch a strategy, including me. When I was at 4,000, I used the same composition, 24 balloons, 7 in the clan castle, so that's 31, 53 minions, 10 barbarians, 3 rage, 1 lightning, 1 freeze. I memorized it because it was so common to me, and I never switched it, because if you switch it and you're in the middle of a trophy push and you don't know how to use a new attack strategy, you are screwed. Because every base you see a base every 5 minutes, and every time it's maxed or nearly maxed out with high and good base layouts. So you have to get good at a strategy. You cannot simply switch to Go Wipe. Yes, you can simply go to 3,200, 3,000 and use Go Wipe or Go Wee Wee, or maybe even Hogs, Shadow Lavalunian, I don't know. But you cannot do this at higher cup, like, ranges. So that's really all I wanted to say with this, and I find it really frustrating how they implement it, because Supercell doesn't know what the top player game is like. They don't know that you get 1 trophy in -39. They don't care about that. All they care about right now is money, money, and money. Now, I don't blame them for that, but you gotta make it more, like, suspicious. Like, you cannot make it so obvious where you make a troop like the Lava Hound and then just nerf it. It's unfair, because this was never overpowered. And to the people who think this is overpowered, go try a Lavalunian attack and go try getting a 2-star on your first time, because it's not easy controlling these balloons and minions. I've had practice. Every top player has had practice. And is there anything else I had to say about this video? Let me see. It just, like I said, it's frustrating. And then with this thing, some people are saying there's already going to be a second one. Now, if there is a second one, I might have to drop to 3,000 and try Go Wipe. I don't know, because I'm not good at Go Wipe. I'm not good at Go Wee Wee. I'm not good at Wee Go Wipe. I'm not good at just regular ballooning. I'm only good at surgical loons and Lavalunian, and most of all, Quattro Lavalunian. Those are the attacks that I'm good at, and those are the attacks I feel comfortable with going at any base and smashing it, 2-starring it. But with this thing, it's ruining our 2-star strategies, and it's pushing our troops back. It cannot push our troops. That would be like using Go Wipe and a machine sending back your P.E.K.K.A.s. Like, that's not fair. Let us get to the center. We place down our troops. We should decide where they go. We should not have them go backwards. So now I'm going to be commentating over these attacks and showing you what happens. Also, they need to fix up the queen. This game needs to be fixed in many ways. I'm not saying I don't like Clash of Clans. I'm saying Clash of Clans is my favorite game of all time, But Clash of Clans is my favorite game of all time from the worst company of all time, and that's how I currently feel about this game right now. And I want it to be in a good standpoint so we can continue to play this game without, like, why doesn't she go for the Town Hall? This is what frustrates me and frustrates top players, because if we mess up a raid, we're going sent back weeks and maybe even a month of pushing. Now, luckily, I was able to get on my friend Eddie's account, my friend Eddie, and he was nice enough to let me use his iPad to attack. So I recorded it live. What I did was surgical loons, but trying to get the 2-star. So I wanted to attack from the other side. Now look at this. I take out the air mine, but the air sweeper, I'm sorry. But look at this. So yeah, I'm doing that, but now there's the clan castle on the other side. I could have simply attacked from this side, but I couldn't because that air sweeper was going to get into the way. That's the problem with this. And now look at this. I place a barbarian there. Clan castle troops going everywhere. I don't know how to take them out, and now I need to improvise on how to take them out. So watch what I do. I am just going to bring them to the corner. Let's just get them there. There's a few wizards and nothing much else to deal with. So what I do is place a barbarian for distraction. Place a lot of minions since it's only level 3 minions. And then we could take those out. And I know that all of these attacks are wins and some of them are 2-stars, but the thing is, it shouldn't be this difficult. We as players are so skilled, but when it gets to the point where you need to be be precise on every movement because of this new defense, it's going to be making it so much harder to get these 2-stars that we actually deserve. Because like I've said, Loudalunian has never been overpowered. Loudalunian is a great strategy, and to the players who say it's overpowered, it's not. Air attackers are so skilled at attacking, it's unbelievable. So now let's go into the base. So you can see I did have some trouble getting in because of that air seeker, and the clan troops really messed me up. So that's why I don't think it should be into the game at all. And I want to know your opinion. Do you think it should be into the game? Because I personally think it is one of the worst updates ever since they made heroes unlearnable. And it's just pathetic. People don't know how to, like, judge an update. They say, you're whiny babies. Well, we're whining because we've been using this attack strategy forever, not overpowered, and Supercell decides to nerf it. Why don't you nerf Go Wipe again? That's been nerfed 2 times. But this one, they've already nerfed it like 3 times, and it just came out the Lava Hound. So I don't really see how that's... But this is the biggest nerf by far. Now, right here, I send my queen. She takes out that wizard tower. I'm gonna get that mortar, so let's take that out, and now let's send in our minions to the Town Hall. So I placed one there. Now I'm placed on the rest of my minions. Now, one more thing before I do end this video is, like I said, 2-starring is still possible, but I feel like us air attackers aren't getting enough credit for being so good. Why do they have to nerf it? Why don't they nerf Go Wipe again? That takes no skill at all. So personally, I think we cannot just switch to Go Wipe. We gotta keep our attack strategies. And this attack is completely ruining the game. But other than that, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe. And this is my mini rant. So if you like more, just let me know. And I'm on to you next time. Peace.